Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm at the Ekkamai BTS station. I'm going on the even side of the street to the, I think it's the northern or eastern bus station. I don't know, the one at Ekkamai. It's on the even side. Over here is busy Sukhumvit, Soi 63, kind of the main drag in Ekkamai. But I'm gonna head over and get on the big bus, the government bus. I haven't rode it 6 months or so. I'm heading off to Pattaya today. And then I'm meeting a buddy, and from there, who knows, I might go down to Rayong and maybe over to Koh Samet. We'll see. No plans. Check diving conditions. I kind of have a couple of busted toes right now, so I don't know how comfortable that's going to be with fins, but I might tape them up and give it a try. But for now, let me take you over to the bus station and show you how to get on the big bus. There will be plenty of hawkers or whatever you want to call them just yelling out, Pattaya, 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 leaving in 1 minute. And they're going to stuff you in a minivan. Do it once, I guess, and you probably won't do it again. I am hauling my laptops and all this stuff, so I'm carrying a very small bag. But even this bag, you may be expected to hold it in your lap if they stuff another few customers in that minivan. In the big bus, a small bag like this, they normally don't charge. If you're hauling a pretty big suitcase, when you buy your ticket, just show her the case and pay for it. Otherwise, when you get to the bus, there might be a conversation as to paying a little cargo. It was 131 baht one way. Now, there is a website. It doesn't work all that great. Just show up. The buses seem to go it's either every 15 minutes and every 30 minutes in the slower part of the day. Today's a Friday, so probably the busiest day to go. And if it's, I don't know what time it is, 1:10, I doubt if I'll get on the 1:15 bus. I'll probably have to wait till the 1:30 bus. At a really, really busy time, you might miss a couple of buses. Now, when I get to Pattaya, they allow you to buy a return ticket. I might buy one and just throw it away for 131 baht, but if I do come back in just a couple of days, if diving conditions are no good, well then I have that ticket and I can just show up 5 minutes before the bus takes off. Here in Ekkamai, it's a little hit or miss. They used to allow you to do that. So if you're wandering by the bus station the day before, can I have the 12 noon tomorrow? No problem. I've tried it twice in the past year, and they said no can do. So again, your miles may vary on that. Now take exit 2. There's an escalator coming up right almost from the bus station. You see that 7-Eleven? The bus station is right down below. But this is the escalator coming up, so we have to go the opposite way. Take a set of stairs going down. Somewhere around here is an elevator, a lift. I'm not bothering to use it, but it is available if you need it. So I'll just go down these stairs and spin a U-turn. Here's the bus station. It's starting to rain, but it's just feet from the BTS. Over in the corner is Mark Wien's famous YouTuber, Pat Krapau. I think it's called Ped Mark. But we are going to go to the furthest to the right window. Normally it's the only one with a line of 10 people because it's the big bus and the most comfortable. Now there's only one person in line. So right off to the right here, that is the Pattaya bus, but you can hear them all yelling out, Pattaya, Pattaya, Pattaya. But go to this, window number 30, 131 baht, and the next one taking off is at 140. I think it's, oh okay, it's 140, so I might have just missed it. Oh, I was looking at the clock wrong. The 120 is taken off right about now, and I'm on the 140. So you can see it's a nice size bus. That right there pulling in is a medium-sized bus. Those are okay, and you'll oftentimes take a bus that size to, I don't know, Rayong, or you could catch a bus anywhere in Thailand if you want to sit on a bus for 12 hours. But it's assigned seats, and they'll oftentimes have a scale here. Again, I'm not worried about my small bag, but if you're hauling everything you own on a 2-week trip, expect to pay a little extra. Yeah, here's one of the minivans. You can see people holding their bags. I'm just not a fan. Even as I was walking into the bus station, as they're pulling out, they roll down the window. Hey, Pattaya, jump in the bus. So they'll squeeze as many folks in there, and they kind of have a reputation of driving pretty darn fast, and you know, sometimes that guy's driving for 8 hours straight, that type of thing. So I did it, but it's not my first choice. You can see this thing is almost bottomed out with passengers. Now, sometimes you don't have a choice. If you're going up to some small little area, yeah, they're not going to have a larger bus. But if you can, at least get on one of these medium-sized buses. But to Pattaya, the large bus, that's the way to go. I think you can also take it out of the Mochit bus station, but you might as well just take the BTS here to Ekkamai because we're heading off in this direction. Now, I'm not sure. There's another bus station up by, Bangkok, I think, and this bus I'll be on, they always pull in there and pick up one passenger, or they pick up some cargo, and then off you go. So I guess if you live up that way, you can catch the bus there. You can take the large bus up to Chantobury. And there goes my Pattaya bus, right on time. Now, a little over 2 hours, depending on traffic. I think I did it in like 1 hour and 50 minutes and 2.5 hours another time. Every now and then, the bus, I don't know which, you can figure it out if you want to avoid it. They'll pull in before they get into Pattaya and fill up with whatever this is. If it's diesel, or I think some of them are natural gas. So that'll add another 20 or 30 minutes to the trip. And as you can see on the front of the bus there, Roong Coach, Roong, Reuang. So go to that website if you want to try to figure that out, but it's just not that big a deal. This is about as busy as it gets Friday afternoon, and yeah, maybe on a Tuesday I could have got on that bus leaving at 1:20, but it's full, and probably I think I have about 10 minutes to go. My bus is probably almost full, so yeah, you might miss one even at the busiest time. You can see one bus pulled out, and the next bus just pulled in from Pattaya. So it's a pretty well-oiled machine. Oh, well, this one's empty, so that he must have went to fuel that, and maybe that's the one I'm getting on. Oh, and I take it back. There's a 1:30 bus, so I did miss two buses. I don't know if you can count the 1:20. I walked up at probably 1:19, and I'm on the 13:40 bus. So there you go. They're leaving every 10 minutes at probably one of the busier times. Oh, and you know, I'm forgetting, they drop the passengers off right here where that security guard is, and then the bus pulls over to the loading area. Here's the 10 baht toilet. Then it pulls in here. So yeah, they might have just dropped some passengers off, and off they go. I believe there's a pretty, it's so-so toilet in the back. It seemed more like an outhouse type toilet, so be advised. And I have about 5 minutes. I walked over here. This is Ped Mark. Always busy. Right below the BTS tracks. And this is the bus station. What does it say? Bangkok Terminal Eastern. Okay, so it's the Eastern bus station, but everybody just calls it Ekkamai Station, or the other one, Mochit. You can also hire a car from the airport. It's a little less. From central Bangkok, I think the last time we paid 1,400, maybe 1,600 baht. If you just walked up to a cab, maybe 1,600 baht. They might start at 2,000, but you know, that's not an unreasonable rate. It is a 90-mile drive, and there's some tolls involved. Just make sure if you do negotiate whatever rate that includes tolls. Otherwise, we drove it a few times in a car. I can't remember. I want to say about 200 baht in tolls. I might be off on that. I know it's not 20 baht. Yeah, so they drop the passengers off here and then pull on over and load it up again. Now this is a smaller bus. It's a nice little system. You can also do grab. Grab and Bolt are actually a little higher than a car service or even grabbing a cab. Now, not every cab's going to want to go to Pattaya. They may or may not have to deadhead back. I'm sure they work with different car services, but 99% of the time when you order a car, it's not going to be a cab. It's going to be a pretty nice car, a Camry or something like that, or you can even pay a little extra, 2,200 baht, something like that, and get SUV. You can see, it's like the old Greyhound buses, plenty of room for luggage. There's really no room to bring even a small carry-on up to your seat, so just stick it down below, or that thing's going to be stuck in front of your feet. There's no overhead on this bus at all. Some of them have a very small overhead that might fit a smallish backpack. So I will leave it up to you. You can probably get in one of these vans within 5 or 10 minutes walking up. But me, I am gladly waiting 20 minutes to have an assigned seat on that large bus and be able to put my, in this case, small carry-on suitcase down below. There's no way I'd want to have this thing sitting in my lap. Again, Friday afternoon, this is the absolute worst time to go. Now it's only 1:40. At 2, 3, 4 o'clock, it's gonna just be bumper to bumper traffic. Everybody kind of sneaking out of work early and heading towards the beach. And there goes the bus. Every seat is full. Very rarely, it's happened to me twice maybe over the years. You'll walk up to the counter, like right now when the bus is taking off, and they'll pull up right over by the BTS, and she'll just say, run over there. And it's probably better if you don't have a carry-on, but I don't think I did at that time, so I just jumped on the bus. I'm sure he'd jump out and stick your bag under, but you're kind of holding up bus operations. He's been sitting here about a minute, probably waiting for one of these smaller buses to do just that. I think I mentioned right when I walked up, yeah, I did. A guy rolled down the window and said, Pattaya, hop in. And theoretically, I guess you just pay the driver. Oh, and I pay cash. I believe there's a QR code there for Thai banks. I don't know if they accept a credit card, but 131 baht's not going to break the bank, so just plan on having cash. And you can see it's clearly marked 1340 when everybody's piling in, but no real hurry. You have an assigned seat. Unless things change, it's gate 15 or whatever this is called, bus stop 15. At least it has been for the last 10 years that I can remember. Well, the bus is also nice and air conditioned, nice and cool in here. So it took forever to navigate through Sukhumvit. It's 34 minutes later. We're pulling into the Bang Na bus station. And it looks like we're going to be out of here in about 5 minutes. They just put a little cargo below. I think one passenger came on. So we're now at about 40 minutes before we get on the highway. Hey, so there you go, nice and easy. We arrived at the bus station here in North Pattaya. I walked across the street to the macro to get a few supplies. You can go to the bus station in Jamtien, but you have to take off from Suvarnabhumi. So I'll leave that up to you if it's easier to take the airport rail link to the airport and then take the train. Now from Suvarnabhumi, you're going to avoid that stretch of traffic on Sukhumvit. And my bus came down Sukhumvit. You get off the highway and maybe the last 10 miles coming into Pattaya, the whole Chonburi area, or Chonburi, I always say that wrong. They just start dropping people off. There was a naval officer and different folks. They've made arrangements when they get on the bus to not come all the way into North Pattaya. But if you are heading over to Jamtien or staying in that area, once or twice I did just that. I took the airport train out and took the bus from Suvarnabhumi. Same deal. There'll be some vans out there, but these big blue and white buses, I think they're, I call them government buses. I'm not sure. I think this outfit has a government contract. About 131 baht gets the job done. So don't be afraid to take the buses. Now, there was a large group of, I think they were Korean tourists. There must have been 6 of them, and I'm not exactly sure why they didn't rent an SUV or even a van. By the time they all pay 131, you might as well do some door-to-door service, but just myself and a quick getaway out of town. It's nice and easy just to jump on the bus. So take it easy. More videos to come, and I'll be back in Bangkok soon, running around. We'll see you.